books that changed my life. In my last video, I shared with you my learning highlight from The Magic of Thinking Big, this book here by Dr. David Schwartz. And following reading that book, there was such a big shift in how I think and what I think about. Hello, my name is Trudy, and towards the end of 2021, I discovered mindset and personal development, and since then my life has never been the same. And as a result of discovering mindset and personal development, I also discovered property investment, and I'm currently using that as a strategy to lead me to the life that I desire, a life that I design, and a life that I am in control of and nobody else. And in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my learning highlights from the 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness, a book by Jim Rohn. For me, Jim Rohn is by far one of the best personal development philosophers out there. I absolutely enjoy reading his material, and I'm hoping that by the end of today's session, you will all get to the day that turns your lives around, just like Jim Rohn's life turned around, and just like my life is in the process of turning around. So in a nutshell, Jim Rohn says that success is simply the natural consequence of you applying the fundamentals of success to life. And what are those fundamentals of success? It's the things in these books. The secret is in these books and in all the other books out there. If you do what those books say, you will definitely be leading yourself to that path of success. And Jim Rohn also talks about the fact that we all deserve to enjoy freedom from financial pressures and the ability to have choice and the ability to create and share. And I was thinking, the ability to create and share really spoke to me, because you cannot create beautiful experiences for your loved ones and yourself if you are financially constrained. You cannot share if you have financial constraints, and you cannot actually enjoy life. It's all well and good. You might go for a walk somewhere which is free, but actually in life there's so many other beautiful experiences that you need to pay money for, and if you don't have that money, you are actually automatically locked out of having fun and enjoying those experiences. So I would like all of you to actually think of riches and financial freedom as a divine right, because we all have that divine right to riches and wealth. And I know some of you might be thinking, that's not for me. That's for people who are born rich. That's for people who are rich, and it's not for me. But it's actually for all of us. The secret is in you actually being aware that you have a divine right to riches and wealth. And when you discover that, when you become aware of that, you then start finding and working towards finding strategies that are going to lead you to the life of financial freedom and to a life of wealth and a life of riches. In this book here, Jim Rohn concentrated a lot of his efforts on goals, and I will be talking a lot about goals as well in this session. And the first point to goals is you've got to discover the power of goals. For me, the way I see goals is like having a roadmap of where you're going, because if you don't have a map of where you're going, the likelihood of you getting lost is quite high. If you don't know where you're going, it's very easy for you to get lost. But if you have goals, it's like you know exactly where you're going in life. It directs you through life, and that's what goals do as well. And on that point, Jim Rohn uses an example of himself as the young Jim Rohn when he meets Mr. Schoff. Mr. Schoff was his mentor, and Mr. Schoff asks Jim Rohn for a list of his goals so they can review them. And Jim Rohn is like, I actually don't have a list. And Mr. Schoff was like, could your list be in the car? And Mr. Jim Rohn says, no, it's not in the car. So Mr. Schoff probes a bit further. Could the list be somewhere at home? Could you bring it next time you're in the office so we can review your goals? And Mr. Jim Rohn was like, I actually do not have a list. So Mr. Schuff looks at the young Jim Rohn and he says, you know what, I am actually not surprised that you're broke. I am not actually surprised that you're just living to pay your bills and you're even struggling to do that. I am not surprised that you're poor because you have no goals. You don't know where you're going. You're just basically just living every day as it comes. So it's very important that we all have goals for our lives, and when you do have goals for your lives, then you're most likely walking in the direction of success. Point number 2 is the ability to dream, and the ability to dream is like having a projection of your life, of the life that you want or wish to lead, and just seeing that in your mind's eyes and being very, very clear of what you want in life. And if you have your dreams, if your dreams are clearly defined, you're not living according to people's expectations and people's approval, because you know what you want in life. Personally, I do dream about, the day that I will be able to help the charities that are on my heart to help. I dream about the day that I will be walking on that beautiful beach with powder-like white sand and lots of beautiful palm trees and pina colada on the beach. And it's that ability to dream, just seeing your life the way that you would like it to be. And if you do that, that keeps you focused, it keeps you going and pursuing your goals. The other point that Jim Rohn talks about, which is point number 3, is the power of well-defined goals. And it's all well and good to have these dreams, to dream about being on the beach and all the different things that we want to do for different people. But if you don't have a step-by-step blueprint of how you're going to achieve those dreams, then your dreams will only remain dreams and they will never become a reality. So you have to have a clear step-by-step of how you're going to achieve your goals or your dreams. And when you do, then you will achieve it. But if you don't, then you won't achieve anything. You will just stay in the same place of dreaming and nothing will ever become a reality. And Jim Rohn talks about that being quiet desperation. I would hate to live in quiet desperation where I never reach where I never see myself achieving those dreams that keep running in my head. And you know what? Dreams come by much activity, so you've got to put in the mileage and you've got to do the hard work in order to turn your dreams into a reality. Point number 4 is, what are your reasons why? What do you want in life? How badly do you want what you want in life, and why do you want it? And if you know what your reasons why are, then your direction in life becomes a lot clearer. I have made a video on what my reasons why are, and I would like to encourage you to have a look at that video, just in case you're not very sure about what your reasons why are. It might just get you to think about what your own reasons why could be. And I would also like to take this time to actually challenge you to sit down and write your goals and your reasons why, because that is the first step to success. Success comes by you initially defining your goals and writing down what your reasons why are, because that is the driving force. You cannot achieve success if you don't know why you want it. So there's got to be strong enough reasons why you want that success. Point number 5, having goals is actually like having a vision for your life. And Jim Rohn says that without a vision, the people perish. And if you don't have a vision for your life, you're practically perishing. And that sounds so drastic, but that is the actual truth. If you just wake up every day just living life as it comes, you're most likely not going to be enjoying life, and life will just be taking you wherever it wishes. You're not in control of your life. But rich people have a clear direction, they have a clear vision for their life, they live every day, purpose driven, very focused. And we should all be the same. We shouldn't just let life push us about and around. We should be in control of our lives by having that vision, that direction of where we are going, and knowing where we're going and why we're going there, so that life just doesn't happen to us. The other point that Jim Rohn talks about, which is point number 6, is setting goals actually requires discipline, it requires knowledge, it requires skills, and it requires leadership qualities. You need to educate yourself about different things. You need to educate yourself about money, different strategies, and you need to learn about savings, and you need to learn about the things that you think you are going to be using to lead you to success. You just don't go into things blindly. So you've got to invest in yourself, invest in your learning, and your income rarely grows or exceeds your personal development. So invest in yourself, and when you do, you'll then be leading yourself to success. The other point that Jim Rohn talks about is the ability to ask. You cannot set goals if you don't know how to ask. So goal setting goes with asking, and you've got to know what you want and why you want it and who to ask, because asking is very key to us attaining our goals. And what I'm thinking about as I'm speaking right now is I might actually do a separate video, only a short video on how to ask, and just give you those, I think it's about 6 steps on how to ask effectively, and that will help you along the way as you set your goals for your life. The other thing that Jim Rohn talks about, once we set our goals, we learn to manage our time. When you set goals, you become better at time management because you schedule things in and you become more dedicated. Unlike people who don't have any goals in life, they really struggle to manage their time because nothing is scheduled in. They don't have any plans. They're just living every day as it comes. So, get goal setting, get time management in your life. The other point, which is point number 9, is concentrate on your goals and don't lose focus. How many of us at the beginning of the year write a very long list of the things that we want to see happen or achieve by the end of the year, but don't actually work towards any of those things, and before the end of January we don't even remember what was on the list. We've not even taken any action or any steps to achieve what we said we wanted to achieve. So don't lose focus. Have your goals written down and consistently review them and take action consistently. Little steps is better than nothing. And the other point that Jim Rohn talks about, which is point number 10 for me, is take time to reflect on your life and your results. It's like the self-accountability thing, the accountability mirror. How did you get to where you are? How did you get to where you are in life? How did you get the results that you have in your life? If you're doing the same thing that you've always done, then your life is always going to be the same today, tomorrow, and the next year. It's not going to change. Think about your results and how did you get to where you are. Rich people consistently reflect and review their lives, and they're consistently adjusting and changing plans and working towards self-improvement. So I'd like you to be the same. As I encourage myself, I encourage you to do the same, to take time to reflect on your life and your results. The other point that Jim Rohn talks about, which is point number 10, is actually looking after your physical health, and that should be the first key to wealth, because without your physical health you basically cannot enjoy wealth. And this physical body that we have, we don't have any spare parts. Our bodies are not like a car where you can go get a spare tire. You only have one body and one hand. When you lose the hand, you cannot get another hand. So look after your bodies, exercise, eat healthy, do things that are good for you. Don't abuse your bodies. Look after your bodies, because your body is your temple. Point number 12 is Jim Rohn made a very good point for me, and I think, oh wow, I wish I'd known of this before. And he says that only you can change you and only you can motivate you. No one else can. I think sometimes we think that we have the power to change people, but actually you and I do not have the power to change anybody. The power to change comes from within the individual, from within that person. They have to desire the change, and when they do, they will then change themselves. So yeah, if you want to change, you've got to motivate yourself. You've got to desire the change for yourself. The other point that Jim Rohn talks about, which is number 12, is do not be a burden to others. And I think, oh wow, yes, Jim Rohn, come on, I like that. Because how many people in life just sit back and just hope and wait that something good happens to them without actually them taking any action? There's so many people who have so many talents, so many abilities, but they don't use those abilities, they don't use those talents. And you know what? We each have something special in us that is designed to touch somebody, that is designed to change the world. So, I would like to encourage you to discover what is in you that is special, that you could use to help others, to change others, to support others, so that you're not a burden to others. Instead of being a burden to others, get up and be a blessing to others. The other thing that Jim Rohn talks about is we all have the power to create, the power to grow, and the power to expand. And we were created to grow, to expand and explore. We weren't created to be stagnant. And I remember when I first started the session on the books that changed my life, I did speak about this briefly, how I used to feel really stagnant and unhappy. And I discovered later on that it's because I wasn't growing and I wasn't expanding, I wasn't exploring. So we all as humans, we were created to expand, to grow and explore. And if you do that, you'll be living the life that is full of happiness, a life that is full of abundance, and a life that is full of wealth. So just to summarize, what were the main points? It's the power of setting goals, having the ability to dream, knowing what your reasons why are, seeking knowledge and applying that knowledge, self-accountability, looking after your physical health, and the fact that only you can change you and nobody else can change you except you. I suppose it goes without saying that read books, use Audible, read as many books as you possibly can, and do what those books say. And if you do, then your life will never be the same. I have absolutely enjoyed sharing the books that changed my life with you. It's been such a pleasure, and I am thinking going forward, if I come across any books that really speak to my heart, I will definitely be sharing that with you, because I want us to learn, to grow and change together. And in my next video, I will be going back to talking about property, and I will be talking about the 6 keys that you need to mess-free property investment. Thank you everybody for watching my video today. I would like to encourage you to like, to subscribe and share. Please send me your comments, send me your suggestions. If you've got any questions, please do ask me, and I would really love to hear from you and to hear how these videos are impacting your life. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you again soon.